So customs play a vital role when it comes to inheritance planning, and some customs will tell you that females can inherit and some will tell you that females cannot inherit. Today we'll be discussing how customary law plays a role in estate planning, and as usual I have not three this time around. I have four amazing friends, different customs, different tradition, and we'll be talking about customary law and inheritance planning. What role does your customs and your tradition play in inheritance, and how can you go about ensuring that you have a balance when you want to give out your assets? I will start from my left and I'll just leave my friends to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Isaac Wankor, aka Z.
Z or Zik? Z.
Z.
Okay.
Is it like that Z word Z or
Yes,
Oh.
Z. Hello, everybody. My name is Diana. No AKs for me today. Thank
Girl
you.
child.
Hi, Capone. My name is Ayodele, aka Super Ted.
Super Ted.
Super Ted? My name is Rotimi Obende. They would call me Saru or
Onkoro.
Onkuro.
Welcome to the Legacy Room, where we discuss estate planning and everything inheritance planning. And like I said at the beginning, today we'll be tying customary law of inheritance with an individual setting up an individual estate plan devoid of all customs and tradition. So I'll start with Z. When we say customs or what we say customary law, what are we referring to?
Very simply, customary laws would mean those rules that govern your ethnicity. So if you were in the Nigerian setting, for example, if you were Yoruba, it would be those rules that govern or regulate the affairs of, in this case, inheritance among your Yoruba people. Whether we break it down further into the various aspects of the natives of Yoruba, whether Ijebu or you come towards the Oyo side, or essentially it is just the rules that govern a people bound by ethnicity.
Okay. Rotimi, I'll come to you now. So Isaac has said is the rules that bind ethnicity. So how do I now relate this to estate planning? For example, I know that certain customs already say who can get what and how inheritance should be. Why then, as a traditional African woman or man, as the case may be, should I now bother myself about estate planning?
I was even going to ask Z, where did all these things come from? Because I'm not sure they are written. Who was the first person that decided that females should not get anything? That only men are recognized as children. So, because if you talk about English law, for example, you will see it written somewhere. But I'm not sure I have seen anything written anywhere in terms of customs or traditions that then defines that some people should not get and some people should get. It's just things that are passed down from one generation to another. Now, whether we have misinterpreted it or not, we do not know, because it's what they told you. You remember the way when we do those trainings where they tell the first person something.
The Chinese whispers.
Chinese
By the
whisper.
time it gets to the
It is altered.
10th person,
It's altered already.
completely nobody
Different.
knows the origin. It's the first person that will not say this is
is
what
not
I
what-
said.
yeah.
Do
Yeah.
So when it comes to customs, for example, how are we even so sure? Unless if you tell me that yes, it's written somewhere, are we so sure that the first person that they claimed said he said what he said was actually what he said that he
It's
said?
probably written somewhere. We have the folk.
Folklores.
The folklore.
Those, they know they write folklores now.
Shango and those stories.
Do they
I'm
write
sure they-
folklore? Is it not
But are they
them say
even
that shit?
written? It's
Yeah,
just
you know-
one person says my grandfather told
Indeed.
me and all
And
of
it's
that.
Historically, there's also a
It's down to-
structure. So that's why, certain ethnicities would have obas and chiefs who are considered as custodians,
Exactly.
passing
this.
on from, one generation to another generation.
Mm-hmm.
But they are largely, really and truly unwritten.
So, but Isaac, you know that you've mentioned, it's the obas that the custodian, but the Chinese whispers can also apply to them. what if what their forefathers told them, it has been diluted and watered down over time, and that's now is the remnants that we are now taking as our custom? That can also happen.
No, indeed, and that's why even in the English law it says that law is an ass. Law evolves, if
Evolves,
you will.
yeah.
It evolves with the realities of society, and so society has empowered that Oba or the Council of Chiefs to determine what is applicable, and that's why I mean ladies of society today would say that our society is essentially
Patriarchal.
exactly patriarchal, if you
You,
will.
you didn't want them to be offended.
And so you
No,
made
I
us
wanted
say
to,
it.
no, you have to read the rules.
It's fine.
Because really, chiefs were made up of, if there were 11 chiefs or 12 chiefs, they were
They're
essentially
made of men.
men.
13 of
yeah.
So
them
you
were
can
men.
imagine when they are obviously evolving the laws or
Yeah.
reviewing the
They'll
laws
skew it in their favor.
very naturally, deliberately or not.
Yeah.
So for
True.
someone like us that we're all girls, nothing for us according to
Some customs and traditions says nothing for you, unfortunately.
So what should my dad do?
Your dad should, he has males.
No, we're all girls.
So let me help with that question. So I think when it comes to, even though there are customary laws, we should be intentional in our own selves. She just said she's female. Don't leave your female children hanging because the law says you don't have male children so they cannot inherit. So that is where you come in and be intentional about setting up a structure that will favor your girl children.
Okay, so
Sorry, Capone. I think that, just thinking now, because women traditionally are married out, so the custom and the tradition then says you are going to meet another family. It is the duty and the responsibility of that family to
take care of you.
Yeah.
Now, if you have gone, why should I still then leave something for you? The way you are looking.
But why not?
Why should I then leave something for you?
But why not?
But what if the lady is not even married yet when something happens to the
But why
father?
not?
Are you leaving your responsibilities to who? So now you're forcing the girl child to go out there to look for a man that will take care of her because her father did not leave something for her.
Or you are saying that the property should just go to anyone else but his own children, regardless
should go
of the
to
fact
charity.
that they are female, they are
Again,
girls.
That's part of the reason why I asked who even knew the first person that made this law and what the intention of the person was, which he
made a
then
valid point,
buttressed
yes.
by saying that because all the people that sat in the room
Were men.
all predominantly males, they would decide that these people, they have got to meet their husband. But then you've thrown up an interesting angle, assuming that they are still
You're minors.
minors. And if you check really, you see that unfortunately the girl child or even minors have suffered
Yeah.
when it comes to inheritance. There are some cases, and I think in one of those episodes somebody even said that they were guys, they lost their dad and nothing came to
Nothing
them
came to
because
them.
one
Uncle
uncle
took
sat
everything.
down on everything. So yes, the intention must be there, but then we need to find a way. I know a lot has changed, and maybe we can discuss what has changed over time. And good, your dad will leave something for you because of what has changed, so you don't have to be afraid.
But really, I know that it's not all customs that say the girl child cannot inherit. Even before this evolution took place, there are some
Yes.
customs that will tell you that the guy gets 50, the lady also gets 50. So,
Yes.
Lady D, I'll come
Yeah.
to you. For your own custom, I'm not going to ask you where you're from,
Yeah, it's fine.
but your own custom, where you're from, what's the current law on inheritance?
So the men get it from one part, but then there's another part that the woman has to inherit, especially if she's the first daughter. There's no contention whatsoever. She might have 5 brothers ahead of her, but as long as she's the first female child, she's allowed to inherit.
So there's no balance, so to say.
Not really.
What happens to the second female child or even Ayo that is the fifth female
Well, we hope
child.
that we train our children well so that you can, so that you pass. If they give you the inheritance, you share it with your siblings. But really, that's just what
So
it
the
is.
siblings now have to hang on and start praying to God that
That's-
God, please touch my
Touch my
sister's
sister's
heart.
that you're selfless
Yeah.
and you're not greedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay. So Rotimi, what about you? What obtains?
I believe that I come from a good cultural background where it's open for everybody to inherit. So I would say that it's supposed to be equally shared. But whether it is then equally shared is another thing entirely. You know that in a way, when money is involved, we can borrow culture.
Yeah.
So you come from a place where people will now say that I'm the first in a child, even when that is not the custom.
culture.
And
I'm
before
the
you then,
oldest.
yeah, or I'm the oldest. Before you then gather elders to start to come and settle matter, the guy don't work everything. So, but my culture essentially allows everybody to inherit based on the dictate of the owner of the
testator.
asset. But then it is not written. It's then allowed. You then allow people to be able to interpret.
open
it
to
the way that they like.
interpretation. Yeah.
Okay. So Rotimi,